The 1970s were a time when science fiction films no longer just entertained. They challenged, provoked, and even terrified. These films dared to explore dark futures where humanity faced its worst fears, and often they were too controversial for audiences to handle. From dystopian worlds ruled by oppressive governments to experiments gone horribly wrong, these movies crossed forbidden lines. Some were banned, others forgotten, and a few even haunted cinema long after their initial release. Let's dive into the forbidden world of 1970s sci-fi and discover why these films dared to reveal the darkest truths about our future. God Told Me To, 1976, God Told Me To, directed by Larry Cohen, is a unique mix of sci-fi, horror, and crime thriller. The film follows a detective investigating a series of murders committed by people who claim divine instruction. As the investigation unfolds, the film dives into themes of alien abductions, religious conspiracies, and human vulnerability to control. The movie faced censorship for its controversial portrayal of faith, and it was banned in several countries for its blasphemous undertones. While initially polarizing, God Told Me To has become a cult classic, admired for its audacity to challenge authority and manipulate beliefs. Phase 4, 1974. Phase 4, directed by Saul Bass, is a thought-provoking science fiction film that centers around intelligent ants posing a threat to humanity. The film stands apart from traditional creature features with its slow, hypnotic pacing and philosophical themes. It explores the collective intelligence of the ants and humanity's diminishing dominance. The unsettling ending and the movie's surreal imagery made it difficult for many to embrace. Banned in some countries for its psychological disturbance and allegorical themes of collectivism, Phase 4 has since gained a cult following for its daring exploration of humanity's fragile place in nature. Quintet, 1979. Quintet, directed by Robert Altman, is a bleak science fiction film set in a post-apocalyptic frozen world. The film follows Essex, Paul Newman, who is caught in a mysterious game where the stakes are life and death. The cold, oppressive atmosphere, combined with the nihilistic message, left audiences perplexed and uncomfortable. The film was banned in Argentina and South Korea for its portrayal of hopelessness, and its unconventional style led to poor reception in the U.S. Initially dismissed, Quintet has since been reconsidered as a daring meditation on fate, survival, and the human condition in extreme circumstances. Solaris, 1972. Solaris, directed by Andrei Tarkovsky, is a profound exploration of memory, grief, and human consciousness. Set on a space station orbiting the mysterious planet Solaris, the film delves into how the planet manifests the crew's innermost emotions. Unlike typical sci-fi, Solaris is meditative, slow-paced, and philosophical, making it challenging for many viewers. Banned in some countries for its anti-authoritarian themes and spiritual undertones, Solaris remains a cinematic masterpiece. Its exploration of the human soul, the limitations of knowledge, and the nature of reality continues to captivate audiences, making it one of the most influential films in the genre. The Omega Man, 1971. The Omega Man, starring Charlton Heston, is a post-apocalyptic film that explores survival, isolation, and the clash between science and religion. Set in a world devastated by biological warfare, Heston's character, Robert Neville, is one of the last survivors in Los Angeles. The mutated humans, or family, reject modern technology and embrace religious fanaticism. The film was controversial for its racial subtext and portrayal of religious zealotry, leading to censorship in various countries. Despite initial criticism, The Omega Man has gained a cult following for its reflection on the fragility of civilization and the thin line between order and chaos. The Andromeda Strain, 1971. The Andromeda Strain is a chilling tale of science gone wrong. The film, directed by Robert Wise and adapted from Michael Crichton's novel, follows a team of scientists racing against time to stop a deadly extraterrestrial microorganism from destroying humanity. The microorganism, brought back from space, mutates rapidly, posing a deadly threat. With a cool, clinical approach, the movie brings viewers into a high-stakes situation where the race to save Earth becomes more of a puzzle than a battle. The film was controversial for its realistic portrayal of scientific procedures, with its meticulous attention to detail, making the danger feel all too real. In some countries, such as Mexico and Eastern Europe, the film was banned because it stirred fears of uncontrolled scientific experiments. Despite its initial struggles at the box office, The Andromeda Strain later became a cult classic. Today, it's regarded as a thought-provoking look at how humanity might react to a threat that's more than just a disease. It's a reminder that science fiction can often be more prophetic than we expect. Zardoz, 1974. Zardoz is a bizarre and surreal exploration of immortality and societal decay. Directed by John Boorman, the film stars Sean Connery as Zed, a member of a brutal warrior race who begins to question the seemingly perfect, oppressive society he's part of. The film's strange and colorful imagery, combined with its heady philosophical themes, made it an instant target for controversy. Its message about the power of religion, control, and authority struck a nerve, and in countries like Ireland and Spain, it was banned outright for its perceived blasphemy. Despite its eccentricities, Zardoz is remembered today as a bold experiment in cinema. Its critique of the elite, its bizarre plot twists, and its depiction of a fragmented world give it a disturbing, thought-provoking quality that resonates long after watching. Though initially dismissed as a confusing mess, the film has become a cult classic, celebrated for its audacity and for asking difficult questions about power and society. Fantastic Planet, 1973. Fantastic Planet is an animated masterpiece that blends beauty with unsettling themes of oppression and revolt. Directed by René Laloux, this French-Czech film tells the story of humans, called hommes, enslaved by giant blue aliens known as the Drags. The vibrant, surreal animation style deceives audiences into thinking they're watching a simple children's movie. But the film's dark themes expose the horrors of colonization and domination. The Drags keep the hommes as pets, treating them with cruelty and indifference. But one human's rebellious spirit sparks a revolution. The film's political undertones made it too controversial for some countries, where it was banned or censored, particularly in communist states like Eastern Europe. Despite the initial backlash, Fantastic Planet found a place in the hearts of fans who saw it as a meditation on power and freedom. Its haunting, psychedelic animation and its message of resistance continue to resonate, making it a cult favorite that encourages reflection on our own treatment of others. A Clockwork Orange, 1971. Stanley Kubrick's A Clockwork Orange is one of the most controversial films of its time. Based on Anthony Burgess's novel, it tells the story of Alex DeLarge, a delinquent who delights in violence until he becomes the subject of a brutal government experiment aimed at eliminating free will. The film's graphic depictions of violence and its exploration of the consequences of state control sparked immediate outrage. In Britain, it was blamed for a wave of copycat crimes and was eventually withdrawn from cinemas by Kubrick himself. In the United States, the film faced censorship and protests, with critics split between those who admired Kubrick's bold vision and those who condemned the film for glorifying brutality. Despite its initial backlash, A Clockwork Orange has endured as a powerful critique of the relationship between freedom and control. The film's haunting imagery, its provocative themes, and its unsettling portrayal of a dystopian society have made it a timeless classic that continues to provoke discussion and debate. A Boy and His Dog, 1975. A Boy and His Dog is a dark, satirical take on the post-apocalyptic future, blending sci-fi with a disturbing look at human depravity. Directed by L.Q. Jones, the film follows Vic, a young wanderer, and his telepathic dog, Blood, as they navigate a wasteland of violence and lawlessness. The film takes a cynical view of survival and humanity, with disturbing themes of corruption and exploitation. The film's controversial elements, such as underground societies breeding women for reproduction and its shocking ending, led to widespread outrage. Audiences were divided. Some saw it as brilliant satire, while others found it too offensive to embrace. The film was banned in several countries, including parts of Europe, for its disturbing content and social commentary. Though dismissed by many, A Boy and His Dog has grown into a cult classic over time, influencing later films like Mad Max. Its haunting, thought-provoking themes continue to make it a film that challenges us to think about the darkness lurking beneath civilization's surface. Death Race 2000, 1975. Produced by Roger Corman and directed by Paul Bartel, Death Race 2000 is a satirical, blood-soaked romp through a dystopian America where a cross-country road race is held, and participants are rewarded for running over pedestrians. Starring David Carradine and a young Sylvester Stallone, the film presents a violent spectacle while delivering sharp social commentary about authoritarianism and the media's obsession with violence. Initially, the film was marketed as a cheap, gory entertainment for drive-ins, but it turned out to be a biting critique of society. The movie's extreme violence led to it being banned in several countries, including Australia and New Zealand, and censored in Sweden. Despite its critics, Death Race 2000 found a devoted audience and transformed into a cult classic. Its commentary on spectacle, violence, and the media's manipulation of society feels eerily prescient in today's reality TV-driven world. What was once dismissed as exploitation is now seen as a sharp, prophetic satire of power and entertainment. The Man Who Fell to Earth, 1976. The Man Who Fell to Earth is a haunting, surreal exploration of addiction, loneliness, and the fragility of humanity. Directed by Nicholas Roeg and starring David Bowie as Thomas Jerome Newton, an alien who arrives on Earth seeking water for his dying planet, the film quickly turned from an expected sci-fi adventure to an unsettling psychological journey. Its fragmented narrative, dreamlike sequences, and adult themes left audiences either fascinated or confused. The film was controversial due to its disturbing content and its disorienting structure, which didn't sit well with mainstream audiences. In countries like Spain, it was banned for its indecency and subversion of political and moral norms. In the United States, censorship was imposed on several scenes before it could be widely released. Bowie's performance, while acclaimed, was also seen as a reflection of his personal struggles at the time. Over the years, The Man Who Fell to Earth has been reappraised as a visionary film that influenced countless others, showcasing the deep alienation and tragedy of human existence. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, 1978. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, directed by Philip Kaufman, is a tense, paranoid remake of the 1956 classic. The film follows a group of San Francisco residents who realize that their loved ones are being replaced by emotionless, alien duplicates. The story, which explores the fear of conformity and the loss of individuality, struck a chord during a time of social upheaval and government distrust. The film's chilling portrayal of the pod people, humanity's collective loss of emotion, felt all too real. In countries like South Korea and Chile, the film was banned due to its subversive themes and its reflection of political anxieties. Even in the United States, some screenings were censored, with its terrifying pod people transformations deemed too unsettling. Though initially controversial, Invasion of the Body Snatchers has since been hailed as one of the greatest remakes of all time. Its chilling vision of conformity and alienation remains as relevant today as it was in the late 70s, making it an enduring classic in the sci-fi genre. THX 1138, 1971, THX 1138, directed by George Lucas, is a chilling dive into a sterile, oppressive future where individuality is outlawed and society is controlled by faceless overlords. Starring Robert Duvall as the titular character, the film follows THX, a man who dares to rebel against the system that suppresses human emotions and freedoms. The film's cold, clinical atmosphere and its slow, methodical pace left audiences unsettled. When it was released, THX 1138 failed to gain commercial success, and its bleakness was a hard pill for many viewers to swallow. In countries like Brazil and South Africa, it was banned for its subversive message about the dangers of government control. The movie's marketing was minimal, and its content was too intense for some theaters. Despite its initial struggles, THX 1138 has been reappraised as a visionary film that influenced countless dystopian movies, from Brazil to The Matrix. Today, it remains a stark reminder of the dangers of totalitarianism and the loss of personal freedom. Soylent Green, 1973. Soylent Green, starring Charlton Heston, is a haunting vision of a future ravaged by pollution, overpopulation, and corporate greed. Set in a dystopian New York City in 2022, the film follows Detective Thorne as he uncovers a chilling truth about the government-mandated food ration, Soylent Green. At first, the film presents itself as a typical sci-fi thriller, but its shocking climax leaves audiences reeling. The revelation about Soylent Green's true nature is one of cinema's most disturbing twists. The film's environmental message was far ahead of its time, and its portrayal of a world where human life has become expendable struck a nerve with viewers. It was banned in some countries, including Japan, due to its graphic content, and faced censorship in others for its portrayal of societal collapse. Though initially a commercial flop, Soylent Green has become a classic, its environmental warnings feeling more relevant with each passing year. The movie's catchphrase, "Soylent Green is people," remains a chilling reminder of the dark future we might be headed toward. These films didn't just entertain, they forced us to confront uncomfortable realities. While some were buried by censorship, their bold visions have echoed through time, influencing generations of filmmakers and thinkers. The banned visions of the 70s remain as a haunting reminder that sometimes the most dangerous art is the one that speaks the truth. Which of these films do you think deserves rediscovery? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.